That got a little too close for comfort, I'm not going to lie. But, great win for the Tigers. There's a lot to get to on this.
Go Tigers!
This guy freaking understands right here. He gets it. I love this fan base so damn much. They're also playing Garth Brooks, which is just fantastic. We should keep that coming. All right, let's start from the top. Gage Jump. Yeah. Look, we've talked an awful lot about this rotation. We'll get into his outing individually in a moment. We've talked a lot about this rotation. Give him something. Don't just pose. We've talked a lot about this rotation and what order should they go in. But the whole point of all of it always is if the three of them are pitching,
ULL!
if the three of them are pitching to their capabilities, it doesn't matter what order you put them in. I will tell you this, coming into this week, y'all know this, I talked about it plenty. I felt Jump, Home, and Hurd. Liked it. I will tell you one thing I do like is having a lefty in the middle. Having a lefty in the middle of two righties gives you something else to look at, and I like that a lot. I want to see what they do tomorrow, and I promise, I know I'm talking Gage Jump. I promise I will get back to Gage Jump. But I want to see what they do tomorrow for two reasons. Number one, Coleman warmed up hard in the bullpen tonight. Do you bring him back and just be like, all right, bro, go do it? Or do you go ahead and say, Hurd, go out there and bring Coleman first out? You have options, and that's a great thing. When I look at it from the other angle, I look at, all right, so full disclosure, I sat through the majority of the Texas game today. Woo! And, boy, that's going to be clipped. And the top of that Texas State order's coming around, and I'm not going to lie, that worries me. We talked on the preview pod, about Chase Mora. He's their All-American. He, preseason player of the year in their league, off to a slow start. No longer off to a slow start. So, kid hit a walk-off homer in game one for Texas State to win. Hit a grand slam today against Texas. Was a major part. He's kind of broken out of that slump. That worries me a little bit, I won't lie. But I got off track. Back to what I wanted to say about Gage Jump. I'm sorry. For Gage Jump, we know the stuff he has. He was up to 95 tonight per the note, Jude. That was not Matt Deggs. That was Gunnar Leger, who has a horrible record against LSU, mind you, whenever he pitched. But anyway, okay, Noah. All right, let's get this show on the road. We'll leave ULL out of this from here on out. Actually, not. LSU played him tonight. Justin, it's why we paid our own way, baby. It's why we didn't go credential. We want to enjoy this. Look at this. This is a great freaking time. All right, Gage Jump. John gets me. Gage Jump. The most important thing I wanted to see was him get through 4. He got you 3 1/3 last week at 52 pitches. I wanted to see him get you 4, and I said after that, anything is lanyap. They brought him back out for the 5th, and it was like, okay, let's go. And he shoved. He was awesome. He mowed. They could not touch him, and it was great to see. It shows you going forward with that rotation how good they really can be. And you still have either Coleman or Hurd to go. That's the fun part about this from a pitching standpoint. Gage Jump, the other thing I liked, you saw multiple pitches, at least 3 tonight. So at Minute Maid Park, if you haven't been here, they like to put the pitch that they threw up there inaccurate, totally inaccurate. But watching the gun, you saw at least 3 pitches from Gage Jump tonight, and all of them were strikes. He looked like the guy we've all heard he could be and think he could be, and that is very, very encouraging. And whether that's in the 2 spot or the 1 spot, you can't go wrong. Like, y'all are going to think I'm crazy right now. You're going to think I'm crazy because we watched Luke Holman absolutely shove against a ranked Texas team who I will go ahead and say right now, freaking clip it, bookmark it, whatever you want to do, that team's going to host a regional. Bare minimum, that team's going to host a regional. And Luke Holman was awesome. Awesome. What I saw from Gage Jump tonight, being perfect through 4+ innings, I still kind of want him on Friday nights. And I know that sounds ridiculous, and it's not a slight. It's not a slight on Luke Holman. Interchange them. I feel good about both of them right now. We sat here last night, we talked about it, said that was real. That was real from Holman. That was real from LSU. But man, Jump, maybe it's me just being dumb baseball, like what pops, but he looked incredible. Like he looked incredible. So I'll go back to be like, Randall, no fireworks tonight. The Astros are cheap. What can I say? I don't know. He looked good. So I love what I saw from Gage Jump. The most important thing was the extension. The extension was huge. To get him to 76 pitches, you go Xavier, you keep the rotation, whatever you do tomorrow and whatever, keep the rotation, have Jump go again against Xavier. He's full go against Mississippi State and Starkville for the regular season, and that's ultimately that is what you want. That's what you're here for. He's full go off the surgery, and that was great. When I look at the offense tonight, and I'm going to get to the bullpen, when I look at the offense tonight, it wasn't great. They had double-digit strikeouts for what I believe is the first time this season. I don't have it in front of me, forgive me. But they had some good moments. The 4th inning, when they put up the 4 runs, a lot of good 2-out production. And if that comes to fruition for this team as something they can regularly be, look out. Because they've got the staff. And I think we all understand that they have the staff. So if they get that 2-out production consistently, you saw it against Rice, you saw it against Texas, and you saw it again tonight. They build that, heads up. This is going to be a hell of an offense, which I think we all expect under Jay Johnson. Going forward from there, Hayden Travinski, big league at bat, man, late in the game to get that home run and get the insurance. It was the difference in the ballgame. That was the difference in the ballgame. Let's move to, and it's what you want from your veteran. Like, that's what you want from a veteran in that spot. Let's move to the bullpen. I thought Griffin Herring, for the majority, he was awesome, man. That was a big spot to put him in, and he shoved. It just didn't finish the way you wanted, but I'm not worried about Griffin Herring. I saw him enough last year to understand who and what he is. I'm good on that. He'll bounce back. The thing I take away most, and if you've been listening, you know, is Justin Lohr. That was a massive, massive spot to put Justin Lohr into the ballgame in. No, you're the other way. You're good. You're good. Massive, massive spot to put Justin Lohr into the ballgame because live video. You had a short lead at that point, and we hadn't seen him in a week, and we've talked about him plenty. And the one thing I've talked about is fastball command, right? And they went really heavy on the slider and even some changeup in there. But what you did see from him, and the first hitter he faced showed this. He went slider, 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 came back with the fastball, and went slider after that and got the pop-up. The overlay, the arm slot, everything is so similar with him. If he has that fastball working, and it was up to 92 tonight, which is like the peak of his range, he's going to have a lot of success. I know he gave up the home run at the end. That stunk. I wanted him to finish it clean too, but he got the job done. And you were able to close the door. He got the punch out. That was great. If I look at LSU overall offensively, I know we talked about the 4th inning. We talked about Travinski. If I look at them overall offensively, tonight it wasn't great. They punched out double-digit times. They really struggled with that lefty to start. But That's gonna happen, man. I know everyone hates this. I know everyone hates this explanation, but I look at that tonight and I'm like, that's baseball. And I look at the Cajuns and I'm like, that's a really good team. They went toe-to-toe with Vanderbilt yesterday, and it would not surprise me at all if we're sitting in the box in 95-degree heat. That was a lie. In 98-degree heat in June, and the Cajuns and LSU are playing in a marble game. Like that is a team that I think can really do big things. Matt Deggs has that on the right tracks, and congratulations to him for that. Tomorrow, let's go to tomorrow. Y'all, I sat there and I told y'all on a preview pod, if you watched it, that I thought LSU would get 2 of 3, and I thought they'd at least lose 1. Because if you look at their performance in these type of events, they normally at least lose 1. More often than not, they've lost 2. But I said I thought it would be ULL or Texas that got them. They've beaten both of those teams. I thought getting a mid-major on Sunday when they've had to play 2 games already, and y'all, the game today against Texas was 11-10. That was wild. 7 home runs. They used a lot of pitching. So I still kind of feel good about that. What gives me pause is what you do on the mound tomorrow. Because you could go Thatcher Hurd, you could go Javen Coleman, you could go a combo. You got plenty of arms left. But the top of that order for Texas State is really, really, really playing some baseball right now. And that's going to be a hell of a test for LSU's pitching. We all feel very good about LSU's pitching, and for good reason. They've been awesome. I know there's been some here and there this weekend. They've been awesome. So we feel great about it. Top of that order with Farber, Pinto, and then Mora. That is the biggest matchup to watch for LSU tomorrow on Sunday against Texas State. The biggest, without question. Look, smash the like button if you haven't already. I should have said that at the top, but y'all get it. Smash the like button if you haven't already. Subscribe to the YouTube channel, the podcast apps, everywhere. It's greatly, greatly appreciated. Chris, I think you will see Hurd tomorrow at some point, whether it's a start or not. I think you will see him. Actually, I guarantee you'll see him. Smash the like button, please. It helps out everything so much and is greatly appreciated. We got 160. Y'all, there's 162 people watching right now. I know that doesn't seem like much, but we did not crack 150 after LSU beat Texas last night. They just beat ULL. That means a lot. I very, very much appreciate that. Y'all keep it coming. Tigers tomorrow. I can't promise a live video. But we will have a podcast drop. I got to get back to Baton Rouge. We will have a podcast drop ready for Monday, ready to go. Thank y'all for watching. Thank y'all for listening. Thank you for the support. Go Tigers, and we'll see you back here tomorrow. Y'all have a great night.